What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It has been 3 to 4 months of desperately waiting from you guys, and I appreciate all of you not unsubscribing and kind of waiting on me. So here it is. Today we're working on a filthy 2000 Ford Excursion that hasn't been detailed in God knows how long, or has never even had a proper detail in its life, judging by all the grime and kind of deep embedded stains in these seats and carpet, and the smell that was coming out of this is ridiculous. So just before we get into the video, I just want to mention, really appreciate you guys sticking by and not unsubscribing and kind of waiting on me. Highly appreciate it. The reason I haven't been posting as much or at all, because we have a 2-month-old little guy that is new to this earth, so he's been taking up a lot of my time and a lot of my wife's time. So that's kind of been one thing we've been dealing with, as well as sleep and trying to edit in between all that. I actually have a lot of content I filmed in between these 2 or 3 months that has not been edited, so you'll see me posting some really cool videos, some classic cars. I'm actually going to do a little sneak peek of one I'm doing upcoming pretty soon, so I will give you guys a little sneak peek right at the end of the video, so make sure you stick around for the whole thing. But without further ado, let's get right into it. So as you guys can probably see here, I took a little bit of a pause once I pulled the seat out because I was in complete shock. I found tons of dead, what looks to be maggots, kind of dried up in between the seats, which was really gross, and this thing smelled really terrible inside. So here I'm just going to work on getting some of the larger dirt and debris out of the way with a vacuum. I'm not worried about getting too thorough here, since I am going to be revisiting this with my Z240 Velocity Vac. For those of you who don't know or haven't been to the channel or seen any of my videos before, I always do a dry extraction, what I like to call it, with the Z240 Tornador vacuum, which is a tool you guys will see in some later clips. So now that we got the carpet pulled out, we got a ton of work ahead of us. So here I'm just going to be dry extracting with my Tornador Z240 Velocity Vac. And this will do a great job of getting any deep embedded debris or dog hair up to the surface and get it all vacuumed away. After doing a pass over the whole carpet, here I'm going to take my carpet solution along with my chemical sprayer and just kind of soak the whole thing down, and then agitate it with my yellow drill brush. So to get all the stains lifted to the surface, I'm going to go ahead and take my power washer and get this thing all pressure washed away. Get everything loosened up for extraction. So here I'm just going to rinse out any last bit of foam or soap and the 20 years of soiled carpet that is underneath here. So we have over 20 years of soda, candy, and tons of other stuff. So here I'm just going to be loosening it up with a pressure washer, and the smell coming out of this carpet was totally disgusting. So now that we got about 80% of the dirt lifted out of this carpet, I'm going to go ahead and take my carpet solution along with my drill brush and get it all agitated and then get it all extracted to try and get any last bit of stains or dirt out of this carpet. Now, you guys got to keep in mind, this had over 20 years of stains and spills and has never been properly detailed. I don't think the carpet's ever been extracted. Just judging by how stiff the fibers were in this carpet, the only thing that would loosen it up was the power washer. So as you can see here, I mean, it looks a lot better. I did go over it again with some steam, and it actually made no difference at all. So it kind of was driving my OCD crazy, but there's only so much I can do with a carpet that's been dirty for this long. So moving on to the pre-wash process for the exterior, and here I'm going to be using my degreaser, non-diluted, that's at full concentrate. I always use my degreaser at full concentrate on engines, tires, and wheel wells and underbodies. There's no negotiation for me. I will not use a diluted degreaser. I just think it takes a lot longer and it needs agitation when you can just use it straight. A lot of times get away without even agitating it, and it looks better overall. So on the tires as well, I'm just using my full strength degreaser along with a stiff bristle brush. So to get the rims and all the chrome trim cleaned up on the truck, I'm going to be using my acid-based wheel cleaner diluted 5:1. So here I'm going to show you guys a little trick on what I like to do on all chrome to get it all nice and bright again. Because a lot of times, you know, even when you soap wash a vehicle, and you guys probably been through this before, but after washing, you'll kind of see that the chrome doesn't have that pop, or it kind of has a little bit of a film, or kind of looks like it's still kind of dirty and hazy. Well, a lot of times if you get an acid-based wheel cleaner like I'm using here, and spray a little bit on the chrome, and take the soft bristle brush like I'm using here, and just lightly agitate it, and then power wash it away, it'll almost leave it looking like brand new again. Sometimes it takes more than one pass, but it does make it look really nice, as you guys can see for the front bumper and the rear bumper, and this also does a great job at removing water spots. So for those of you who are scared of using acid-based products, if you use them, and the only problem with acid is if you let it sit. You have to be very quick and agile with acid and get it rinsed off as quick as possible. But I really never have any issues with it. As you guys can see, it left the bumper looking like brand new. And another thing I get mixed response on is a lot of people ask why I always degrease paint before I wash it, and that's because the vehicles that I get will simply not come clean by just using soap and water. It will not happen. Yeah, the vertical panels and the bigger, larger areas will get clean by just soap and water, but the tighter areas and nooks and crannies that you can't get your hands into, even if you use a detail brush, yeah, on camera it probably looks great, but off camera there's tons of spots that you can miss. So I always soak down the body if necessary. On, you know, a lot of these older vehicles, I use some degreaser diluted 5:1, sometimes more, and just like the acid, I like to be very quick with it. I do not let it dry, and if it's hot out, sometimes I'll do panel by panel and just power wash it away. But here I use the 5:1 degreaser, soak down the body, and got it all pressure washed before taking a wash mitt to it, and this kind of loosens up any deep embedded debris and dirt before claying and before rubbing all that into the paint. And as for the exterior trim, I'm just going to be using a microfiber applicator pad along with some 303 aerospace. And then to make sure there's no leftover smudges or grease or any overspray from the tire shine, I'm going to be using some Griot's Garage spray wax along with a couple of microfiber towels to make sure there's no smudges or any leftover wax from the polishing we did earlier. So just about to approach the end of the video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and if you guys enjoyed the content, make sure and click that thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel, and stick around to the end of the video because I will be doing a little sneak peek of a car that is really special and will be a really epic detail. See you guys in the next one.